Morning, folks. How are you doing? Welcome back to Football Digest Daily. My name is Nyash, and this is where we get to bring you all the news that has happened in the last couple of hours, last 12 hours, and what you need to be aware of today with regards to sports and more so football. All right, so let's get right into it. Yesterday we had a big game we had a London derby, to be precise, a Carabao Cup fourth round fixture between Spurs and Chelsea, and it was an interesting game, to be honest. And Chelsea got knocked out through the penalties because they went 1-1 all the way to the 90 minutes, and then after that it's all about pens, yeah? And Mason Mount was the one who killed the penalty or squandered the penalty for Chelsea, and you could see him how he was welcomed very well and very politely and in a very good manner at the Chelsea's dressing room. I think you saw the video. Yeah, so that game was interesting, to be honest. Chelsea, of course, scored first. Timo Werner with a fantastic finish. I liked that finish. It was a good one. And then somewhere in the second half, they just got themselves out of the game, and Spurs started building up their momentum, build up. And eventually they got the goal, courtesy of Eric Lamela. And that reminded me of the playbook, Coach's Rules of Life. There's a feature, Netflix limited series of coaches and how they view life and their principles and stuff. And there's a Jose Mourinho feature there. I think episode 5 or episode 4, if I'm not wrong, and he was speaking of exactly what he did yesterday. Like when he's in a match, there's a time he senses a momentum shift in the game where the team that he's playing against starts defending more and they start attacking less, and there's like a shift in the momentum where his own team starts building up momentum, and that is the time that he makes substitutions. And that is exactly what he did yesterday. I recall the bringing in, whichever you look at it, of Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. When he came on, it's when Spurs were starting to build momentum into the game. They're starting to get themselves back into the game, slowly but surely. And then Mourinho Ninani, later Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, just to continue to build up the momentum that Chelsea or Spurs were building up. And they went all the way like that. He brought on likes of Lucas Moura, likes of Harry Kane. By that time, Chelsea were hanging on in the game, and boom, they got the equalizer, and out of that they went to the pens. And yeah, like I said, the playbook feature for Netflix and more so the episode featuring Mourinho made me have a different perception of him. And I saw that yesterday firsthand. Him bringing on Pierre-Emile Højbjerg when Chelsea were starting to get themselves out of the game. They were defending more, they were attacking less. They kind of were just lying back waiting to hold on to the 1-0 lead. But they did not. They got knocked out in the penalties. There was also like a confrontation between Mourinho and Lampard, which was interesting to see. Lampard anapenda kupick up two arguments now. These are the coaches when waze kumliko. Yeah, but he always takes an L when he does that. He did that against Klopp, Kiboko. He did that yesterday against Mourinho, akakula L. And I saw after the match he was saying he was telling Mourinho like, yo, you're talking way too much with the referees. You need to be talking a bit more with your players, not with the referees. And I didn't hold it in the water, did it? Because he didn't win. And that's what it is. So Chelsea are now knocked out. They're not going to be going through. Spurs are going to be going through to the Carabao Cup quarterfinals. And I think the draw to that has not yet been made. And we shall be waiting to see. So, of course, Mourinho also had to be aware, and that's why had to be aware of the fixtures that are coming up. He has Europa League fixture to play on Thursday. Then he has a Manchester United side to face on Sunday in the Premier League. So he had to be aware when he was selecting his team yesterday. That's why likes of Harry Kane did not feature or did not start. Likes of Son is out actually. Likes of Lucas Moura did not start, but he also had a strong squad. He also had Hugo Lloris, he had Eric Dyer, he had what do you call this guy, Eric Lamela, Bergwijn. But none of those guys cost as expensive as the Chelsea squad, because Chelsea, of course, they had Edward Mendy starting off, they had Azpilicueta, they have Ben Chilwell, they had Fikao Tomori and Zuma. The two partnership by the way of the centre backs, Fikao Tomori and Zuma, was good if you ask me. I think they had a solid partnership. Zuma especially was good. But Ben Chilwell started. They also started Timo Werner. Who else started was bought by Chelsea? Odoi had a good game if you ask me. Kovacic, yeah, kinda. But weirdly, they did not start the guy who's having a very good competition so far. Kai Havertz, competition yake tunajua ni Carabao Cup. That's his level, because he scored a hat-trick last time. I'm just throwing shade. So Kai Havertz, his favorite competition hakuanzishwa bana. Now hiyo ndiye angekuja maybe afunge a brace, not a hat-trick, because you can't play Burnley every other day. But, Kai Havertz hakuanzishwa, and out of that, Chelsea are now out of the competition. Unfortunately. But it is what it is. Timo Werner had a good goal. I don't know why likes of Ziyech or Ziyech, if you like, are yet to start. I'm looking forward to watching that guy. I'm not even a Chelsea fan, but nataka tu kuona venye ataperform in the Premier League, So Chelsea are out of the Carabao Cup quarters. Carabao Cup competition all in all. And of course, you napile some pressure kidogo on Lampard, because you know, ukiwa na hiyo pesa yote ulitumiwa buda, wewe unafaa compete on all levels, you know, gongwa kwanza Carabao Cup, hata hujafika semis ama hujafika quarterfinals na unasha gongwa against a team like Spurs, ufai bwana, ka pressure kidogo kataanza kupanda pale. So Chelsea are out. So today we also have some interesting fixtures in the Carabao Cup. Very good fixtures if you ask me. Fourth round, we have like one Burnley versus Manchester City, an interesting game. City wametoka kuundwa juzi, we all know about that. Burnley have not yet won any game in the Premier League since they started off. Okay, they have played 2 games, but they are yet to win. Then we also have an interesting game following up that one. Brighton versus Man United, a repeat of their fixture in match week 3, another interesting game. Then you have Everton versus West Ham, another interesting game because Everton have been on form like crazy. West Ham on the other hand, they beat Wolves 4-0 juicy. So can they build up to that and beat Everton? Only time will tell. We shall see about that tomorrow. Or today rather. So those are the fixtures being played today with regards to Carabao Cup. There's another game but they being played. It's Newport County versus who? Sikumbukio ingine there, so there are 4 fixtures, all right? There are also some fixtures going down by there in other areas, like in Bundesliga, we have the DFL Super Cup. I think it's like their community shield, if I'm not wrong, between Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich, because it's between number 1 and number 2, because Borussia didn't win shit, I think, and Bayern Munich won like all of them. Yeah, if you ask me. So yeah, they're going to be meeting tonight at 9:30, if I'm not wrong. Then in Syria, we have an interesting game between Lazio and Atalanta. That's a good one. We also have some fixtures elsewhere in Bundesliga. No, La Liga. We have Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid in action. We have Atletico going away to Huesca and Real Madrid welcoming Real Valladolid. All right, so those are the games to watch out for in other areas. So yesterday we also had a match digest. Well, I was supposed to do a rewind of or a review of match week 3 featuring guys like Lawton, who we did a preview with, but he could not feature. So I did it alone. I talked to a Chelsea fan. We had a very good conversation on how they played against West Bromwich and what they can build upon. We also talked to Sauce Luke, who is a Manchester United fan who currently works at West Ham United, and he told me about West Ham United and how they're approaching the transfer market and what they were planning to do. We also talked about Manchester United with him because he's a Man United fan. He's a Man United fan working at West Ham. Yeah, but he's a very good guy, and he's Kenyan, by the way. So we talked at length with him to do with Manchester United and just what they're planning and what are his perceptions with regards to how they are carried themselves in the transfer market so far, because they have been terrible. They have been terrible. All right, so go check it out. Match Week Digest. I think I've shared it on our IGTV, even on our feed. You can go check it out. It was a good one. So let's check out the transfers that are worth the salt. Yeah, because we have like 5 days to go now. Yeah, the transfer window is going to be closed on Monday, or should I say Tuesday, at 1 p.m. Kenyan time, 1 a.m. Kenyan time, if I'm not wrong. I think that's when it's going to be closed, yeah? So you have like 5 days to go, so hii itakuwa helter skelter sasa. Sasa tumefika, ilikuwa marathon from all the way back in, what was it, July? Yeah, I think July, it was a marathon. Sasa imefika mali ni sprint. Sasa ni sprint. Tuko in the final stretch of 10 kilometers. Sasa hapa ni kutoka teke. So some transfers are going to start going haywire and fast. Yeah? So like there's this one between Arsenal and Bayer Leverkusen where they want to sell Sead Kolasinac to Bayer Leverkusen because Sead apparently wants to go back to Germany. So Sead Kolasinac might be going to Bayer Leverkusen for 10 million euros. I think that would be very welcome for Arsenal. Just, it has however left me thinking like, who will be a cover for left back? After Kieran Tierney, who else do we have? Maybe you're going to have to play Bukayo Saka in there sometime. I don't know. I think it's okay because Bukayo Saka was playing well for us, if you ask me. He's been good. And we had Japata some game time this season as much as he did last season, which is okay. Manchester City finally unveiled Ruben Dias yesterday. So that is a done deal for £65 million with Nicolas Otamendi moving the other opposite direction. Wesley Fofana will eventually be joining Leicester City, who's a very good centre-back by the way. So issues the centre-backs, Leicester, they might just come to an end. Wesley Fofana and Keila Suyonku, or Suyonchu, hey, yo, itakuwa noma. That combination will be a good one. So they're going to be getting him, I think, for 50 million euros after playing hardball for weeks. Saint Etienne finally wamecrack na wamekubali kupeana, and I think Atletico will do the same for Thomas Partey. I hope they will do that. The same, I hope, will be for Hassim Awar, who now we have, I think we are putting in a second bid today, an improved offer, which should get us over the line. And the president of Lyon was adamant, like any player who has not left the club by Friday will not be leaving. So Memphis Depay, if he does not go to Barcelona by Friday, he might not be leaving. If Hasib Awara does not go to Arsenal by Friday, or Arsenal do not complete talks with Lyon by Friday, he will not be going. So watu waanze kujipanga, but there's a boost towards that because Lyon yesterday made a signing, or they completed the signing of Paqueta, whichever you like, from AC Milan as an attacking midfielder, which kind of means they are ready now for selling or for the loss of Awar. If Awar goes, they'll be ready. They'll be ready. They'll be ready with Paqueta because they've gotten him from AC Milan. Now Manchester United, of course, their talks with Sancho just can't go die. They just can't die. They're always there, surfacing every other time. And now apparently they're being linked to the move for Ousmane Dembele in case they're not able to complete the signing of Jadon Sancho, which is going to be interesting by the way if it does happen. So that's something to watch out for. And yeah, I think that's all about that. Of course, there are other deals which I think I talked about yesterday, which I don't need to talk about again. I think I've talked about them enough, like Diogo Dalot going to, is it AC Milan or Lazio? There's a club that is interested in him. Likes of VS Roma making a bid for Chris Smalling from Man United. Likes of Socrates moving out of Arsenal. All these deals, likes of Rice talking or going to Chelsea, which, by the way, source told us yesterday categorically there is no way Declan Rice is moving from West Ham. West Ham, if they sell him to Chelsea, there will be a meltdown at London, at West London, or East London. So Declan Rice to Chelsea will most likely not happen. But if it does, then it'll be interesting to see what will go down at West Ham. Kutawaka moto, that's for sure. Kutawaka moto. All right, that's all for now, folks. I don't think I have much more to talk about. I'll be seeing you some other time tomorrow or Friday, and then we shall be digesting match week 4 as we wait for the international break. That's all for now, folks. Have a fantastic day. God bless and take care.